All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are at the driving range. I have not played in months, guys. I got a new house over towards the end of the summer, so all my weekends have been filled with doing stuff around the house, and we got finally a nice day here in Tennessee, nice warm day. So we're gonna walk through a range session. I did hit a few balls just to loosen up. We're gonna walk through a range session, and I'll kind of explain what I'm trying to work on today. So I hope you guys have been doing okay, and I want to apologize again for the lack of content. I know it's like I constantly say that as the end of the year winds down, because all of the holidays just make it really difficult. The month of October is my birthday, my wife's birthday, Brant's anniversary, with his wife. So then not to mention you got Thanksgiving come November, and then Christmas. So we are all over the place. Brant and I both have family across the country, in Illinois and Michigan, and of course here in Tennessee. So we are always really busy around these holiday times. So take advantage of today. I've got two camera angles out. I want you guys to be able to see how my swing looks from this angle as well as from the back, and we'll talk about what we're working on today, guys. So range sessions, obviously you want to be pretty focused on a specific ailment and what you're doing to fix that. So often people go to the range and they just kind of blast balls willy-nilly, and I've done that as well in the past, but today specifically what we're going to be working on is, of course, always alignment. I've always gotten alignment stick down for when I'm hitting balls, and I want to pick my target and try and strike it as solid as I can and hit it on target as much as I can. But today in specific, I'm trying to work on club face control. So one thing I've noticed in my swing is I have a tendency to roll the face and get it pointing straight up, which is just an open club face, which is going to lead to obviously some inconsistent ball flights that I'm not really looking for. Naturally, I hit a little bit of a push draw, which makes sense. My club face is open to try and hold it off for my ball to not snap hook. So today, I want to work on my wrist, keeping my wrist kind of locked a little bit more, so my club face kind of matches my spine angle a little bit better, and my takeaway, and my club face stays a little bit more square throughout my takeaway, because I do, like I said, have the tendency to roll it. This would be an open club face. Obviously, when I get up, I don't want my club face to be open. I want to try and practice my takeaway being a little bit square. So I do have a pitching wedge here. Like I said, I've just hit a few balls to loosen up. I want to try and really make sure I'm focused on that wrist angle. I want my takeaway to be a lot better and my club face to be focused. If you guys haven't noticed, I got my ear pods in because I'm using them as a microphone so you guys can hear me a lot better throughout my golf swing. Was caught a little tiny bit heavy, but really good on target. Hopefully you guys can see from that angle what I'm working on. As you can see, this divot was really good. Like I said, I caught it a hair heavy, but the divot was right on target. You want your divot obviously to be equal depth throughout the whole length of the divot. The width, you want it to be kind of starting perfectly perpendicular to your stance here, or my alignment stick, and then to be the same depth throughout. If you have an open face at impact, that divot's going to be kind of angled this way, and if I have a closed face at impact, it's going to be angled this way, as well as the depth you want to keep the same, because if my hands are high, then the toe is going to dig in a little bit more, and it's going to be deeper on that far side, and then same thing, if my heel digs, then it's going to be deeper on the closer side to me. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm trying to really focus up here. Ball position, make sure I got my pitching wedges more middle of my stance. I kept my club face a little bit more square there, but I did pull that one, which makes sense. Again, today, guys, it's the range, so I'm not stressing about if my ball is going exactly how I want it or not. I just want to make sure I'm really focused on drilling that swing thought in there, guys. Like I said, I want to make sure that my club face is square to dress. My takeaway, I want it to be more square, so keep an eye on this one for me. Oh, that was perfect. That was so good, guys. So along with all these swing thoughts, I want to make sure that I'm always watching my alignment, watching my tempo. You don't want to get quick. This driving range is a little uneven, so some of these strikes might get kind of weird here in a second, but we're at Ruggles Ferry today, guys. Ruggles Ferry in Strawberry Plains, Tennessee. I played out here a couple times on the channel. In fact, I shot 64 out here last time I played. 64 with 2 bogeys. So it was one of my better rounds. Honestly, one of my better rounds ever. That strike was pretty good. Pulled, but once again, my divot's looking really good. That's kind of a good indicator of what my strike's looking like, kind of a good indicator of what my club face is looking like. So I'm really liking that. I'm really happy with that. Let's go up a club here. This is kind of how all my range sessions start. I often start with a low club, like pitching wedge here. I think I'm gonna do like even numbers today, so I'm gonna go up from pitching wedge to 8 iron. I'm not really gonna change my alignment right now. I'm gonna keep striking on this same line here. I do have a flag out in the distance, and from the camera you might not be able to see the flag, but you can see the telephone pole way out there, or that tower way out in the distance. That's what I'm really going to be focusing on hitting towards. And yeah, I'm glad I got the second camera angle, guys. I got the GoPro and I got my phone, so that way you guys have good audio and you can see what my ball position looks like. You can see my positions at the top from this angle as well. So editing this one will be something new for me. All right, so I got 8 iron. I'm gonna put the ball position up a little bit more. I'm eyeballing it, guys. If you want, you can always put down another club here, you know, so I can see where my ball position is in relation to my stance. But I have a pretty good feel now after so long of playing. Let's look at my ball position up a hair more. Again, the same focus. Keep my wrist bowed a little bit more. Oh, that was as good a strike as you can have, guys. Gosh, was that perfect. One thing also, like I mentioned earlier, tempo. Tempo is important. I have a tendency to get quick. I want to make sure that I'm really feeling that throughout the swing. Slower backswing, a little tiny pause at the top. And the wind's kind of blowing left to right here, so I think we're going to see the ball want to work that way a little bit. Perfect. Guys, that's so good. Yeah, I'm liking this swing thought. Another thing we'll talk about here towards the end is, now that I'm getting loose, getting the club face dialed in, we'll start to do some shot shaping, because when you go to the range, guys, you want to try and work on things that you're not really comfortable with, not really good at. And when it comes to shot shaping, I can hit a draw on command and with the best of them, but I'm not so good at hitting a cut. That's like a 5-yard draw. Actually, here's a good example of this divot. Let me bring my phone over here. This is a good example of what I was talking about with the divots. You can see this one actually is kind of at an angle there. That signifies to me that my club face is probably a hair open, and I want to make sure that I'm fixing that. So, okay. Got this set back up. Hopefully the angle is right and you guys can see down the line pretty good what my swing is looking like. Oh guys, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've forgotten to mention this. 1 second. Focus. Wow, is that perfect? Guys, I have such a nice high ball flight, high tight draw that really can't be beat. I mean, I think when I'm hitting it good, I'm as good as anybody that is on YouTube. However, one thing I'm working on, guys, okay, so if you've been watching the channel for a really long time, you'll know that I struggled with the toe ball, struggled hitting off the toe. Really simple fix, or something I've noticed just from watching my swing back over and over. 2 things. I'm trying to stand a hair closer to the ball. This is also helping me cut down on my draw. I feel like when I stand a little bit closer, it makes it easier for me to hit a cut. But also my spine angle, guys. I have a tendency to stand up on the ball, kind of pull up on it. Well, what's that doing is that's pulling my hands closer to my body. It's bringing obviously my club face from outside, you know, coming closer to my body, bringing the toe, exposing the toe, guys. So I'm trying to focus on keeping that spine angle throughout my swing. You know, Brant does a really good job of that if you watch his swings. I'm trying to focus on staying down through it. I'm trying to focus on keeping that spine angle. And it has been working really well. I've not eliminated the toe ball entirely, but I have cut down on my amount of toe balls quite a bit. So if you guys are struggling with the toe strike, I want you to watch your swing and see, oh my gosh, that's so good, and see if you're coming up on it. The reason why I have the tendency to come up on it is when I was growing up playing, I was really undersized. I was very small. So I needed to use the ground as leverage, use as much power as I could. So I was kind of jumping up at the ball. I'm just creating some bad habits here. Let's focus up. Wait, one thing I like to focus on is like, okay, this is a par 3. This is the Internet Invitational. It's an alternate shot. My partner is Brad Dalkey. I've got to hit a good shot to impress him here and make $1 million. Oh, Brad's impressed. Brad's impressed with that one. Yeah, it's probably about 20 feet. Wow, all right, guys. Struck those irons well. Let's go up a club. A little bit longer iron now. We'll go 6 iron here. And hopefully you guys can see from that angle, the face on angle, that my positions are looking good. I'm gonna realign myself here. I'm moving my alignment a little bit. Let's go. All right. So I'm gonna keep the same swing thought here. Keeping my club face more square on my takeaway. Same alignment. 6 iron. So the ball's gonna be pretty far up in my stance, quite a bit more than usual. Oh my gosh, is that perfect, guys? Oh my gosh. That's 6 iron for me. 6 iron's going about 205, maybe a little bit more. I could probably get 210 out with these range balls, not quite as far. With the range balls and the temperature, it's still chilly. It's actually a nice day for East Tennessee in the middle of December, but you know, it's still a little chilly. These balls aren't quite gonna fly, right? Oh, tempo is good. I did kind of jump up on that one a little bit and stand up on it, which is a bad habit I'm trying to break. So I really have to focus on every single shot I'm hitting. I have to focus on every single shot. Try not to do that. Also, like, there's just so much going through your mind, you know, like tempo, club face, ball position. Some of these things are natural. Keep that wrist bowed a little bit. And that is so good. Guys. Wow. You probably can't see the ball flying out there too far, but oh my gosh, is that good. Okay. Let's hit one more 6 iron. I think I'm gonna hit a few drivers and woods, and then we'll wrap this one up. You guys don't need to be watching me hit balls for an hour. I know it's already probably been quite a long video. So I'm standing a little bit close to it, keeping that club face shot a little bit more square on my takeaway. Tempo, takeaway, ball position, and then keeping staying down through the ball. And once again, so good. All right, guys, any takers? Busted Jack, we'll take you on $1,000. Come out here if you want to get beat by the old Lefty golf group. Normally Lefty swings have a weird look to me, in my opinion, but not to toot my own horn, I think I've got a decent left-handed golf swing. I think I've got one of the better ones on YouTube for sure. And we need to start getting invited to some of these internet tournaments. It's criminal, man. Not enough lefty representation. That's what we're here to do, is represent lefties. So all my same swing thoughts are translating here to 3-wood as well. Ball position is gonna be pretty far up on my 3-wood. Oof. Obviously that one you'd like to cut out. That's a hard club to hit, man. Your 3-wood's tough to hit off the deck, and that was my first swing in a while. One thing I have to try and watch as well, like I keep saying ball position over and over and over. When I get the ball back in my stance, too far back in my stance, my tendency is to shut the face, and it promotes that little pull, which I do not like. I like to prevent that. So I got the ball up my stance, really focus on that, because if it's back, you have to try and manipulate your hands to catch up, you know, and you don't want to have to manipulate your hands. You want your body and your hands to work together. So if it's too far back in my stance, I'll flip at it to try and catch up and hits bad shots. Oh my gosh. Much better there. Yeah, that's hard to beat, guys. That was perfect, like 265, 270, probably right up the middle. I mean, right on target. We were talking perfect. I'm impressed here because I've not hit a ball in a month at least. A little bit lower, but honestly, that was struck pretty well. It was at dead center of the face, and that one still flew out there quite a ways. Let's go one more 3-wood. I like to hit some 3-woods off the deck because I struggle more with it off the deck than I do off the tee. But I'll hit one more of these, and then we'll get ready to wrap it up with a few drivers. So same thing, same swing thought. Oh, that is so good. Oh, that one would do really well on a lot of days, on a lot of courses. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around. If you watched this far in the video, leave a comment and say Jumpman rocks. Leave a comment and say Jumpman has the best swing on YouTube. That would be really flattering, and I need to hear it. So we'll hit a few drivers, guys, and then we'll cut this one and call it a video. So once again, guys, all the same swing thoughts are applying here between all my clubs. I'm really trying to focus on that club face, tempo, alignment, ball position. Here we go. Man, that's so good. Huh. Okay, actually, I've just discovered the reason why they don't invite me to those tournaments. They're trying to protect their wallet. They don't want to invite me because they know I'd win all their money. All right, and that's a direct call out. Anybody who sees this can share with those powers that may be and tell them that for Lefty Golf Group is out for their money. High bomb, guys, no spin. That one was a hair toey, but man, was that good. All right, we'll wrap it up. One more driver here, and then I'll get on to hitting some more balls, and we'll call it a video, but holy cow. All right, one more here. Come on, let's finish on a good one. Same thing. All right, this is the last hole of the Internet Invitational. Last hole. We are all square. My partner is Paige Sporanic. I've got to hit a drive here so that she can get home in 2. It's got to be long, straight, fairway. Yeah, you cannot beat that. You just can't beat that. No kidding. Wow. Well, there you have it, guys. Usually at the end of my range sessions, I'll kind of work my way back down the bag with some cool off, and I like to finish with a lot of wedges. Honestly, wedges should be 70% of your practice. I mean, that's where a lot of your shots are going to come down to. Your most important shots are going to be those little 70, 80 yard wedge shots, you know, and around. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this kind of stuff, make sure you leave a comment. I'm going to try and post a little bit more frequently. I've gotten Fridays off of work, so I think I'm going to be able to make it to the range a little bit more frequently and hopefully get you guys some more content. The weather's been nice, so I need to get out and take advantage of that this week before the cold comes back again. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see next, and let's go Lefties.